Fear and tension both growing by the hour in Iraq, with ISIS militants seizing city after city and town after town.
ISIS fighters are marching towards Baghdad from the north and the west. This map shows the cities that have fallen to them. Officials say they now control at least 70% of Al-Anbar province in western Iraq. A senior U.S. defense official says the U.S. believes multiple Iraqi military divisions outside of Baghdad have dissolved.
Now, with the crisis worsening daily, Secretary of State John Kerry made an unannounced trip to Baghdad, where he met with Iraqi leaders, including embattled Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki. Kerry said al-Maliki has agreed to a July 1st deadline to begin forming a new government, a requirement for U.S. support in fighting ISIS militants.
And joining us now to talk about all this, we have Mark Arabo here, leader of the Chaldean community in San Diego, also a representative nationwide. You just got back from D.C., spoke with Congress, and you're calling this a genocide that's happening there right now. What did you urge Congress to do?
Sure. Well, the trip was a tremendous success. We were there for 2 days, and I met with members of Congress on both sides of the aisle, U.S. senators and the State Department, and they confirmed that our worst nightmare is in fact happening. This is a slow genocide right before our eyes on massive proportions.
And what does that mean? Can you define that a little for us? I mean, are people being rounded up and slaughtered? I mean, what's happening?
Exactly that. What's happening is folks are being rounded up in certain regions and being killed and mutilated. And folks might not realize 50% are children. So they confirmed that these stuff is going on. And we're trying to work on different ways to do a mass exodus and a passage for these Christians out of Iraq.
And these people that are being slaughtered, are they all Chaldean, or are they also Shiite at the hands of Sunnis right now, because it is a Sunni rebellion at this point, correct?
Well, the vast majority are Chaldean and Christians, but there are some Sunnis that are also being massacred, and some Shiites. This is a civil war right before our eyes. And so what we've done, and we've talked about with the State Department, is we're going to do a House resolution. One thing is they could do immediately is increase the regional immigration ceiling for the Middle East. And step 2 is expedite the visa process. We also might be going to the UN pretty soon to make it a world issue, because this is a world humanitarian crisis, to find a home for all these folks. The last time we've seen something at this magnitude was Bosnia. But Bosnia only had 10,000 folks. Now we're talking 400,000.
And with so many Chaldeans obviously here in San Diego,
right.
I mean, you guys are getting calls from friends and family in Iraq right now. What are they saying? What do they want to see happen?
Well, most folks in San Diego have lost all connection with their families in Iraq, and they're fearing the worst. The other day, a mother called me, and she heard that her son was beheaded. And she can't verify it, and it really breaks your heart. This is a living nightmare that's not going away, and we're having a lot of sleepless nights and long days, and we're doing everything we can in Capitol Hill and Washington to make sure that not just the United States knows this, but the whole world. And
go ahead, I'm sorry.
The whole community is at large is very firm in saying that our soldiers made extraordinary sacrifices. We've had almost 5,000 of our sons and daughters killed in this war. We don't feel that more troops on the ground is the right call. We think the U.S. should do soft-handed diplomacy and do all of the above approach, everything we could do, but no more soldiers, no more troops on the ground.
All right, Mark, we have to wrap up, but I do want to ask you, how many people are we talking about? How many Chaldeans would like to get out of Iraq right now?
We're estimating around 400,000 are there right now that are being targeted. You would say around 300,000 would like to get out, and other 100,000 either are going to Kurdistan or to Turkey. But this is something that the world hasn't seen before, and we're hoping that it gets better.
Appreciate your time. I wish we had more time. I'd like to ask you some more questions.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mark, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.